It's currently 4 in the morning here in Thailand, and for some reason I woke up and felt completely fine. I usually wake up at 9:30. The schedule that I'm working at the moment isn't quite exactly where I want to be forever. I'm working a job in a hostel, and it means that I'm going to bed at later times, but I need my 8 hours sleep. I think sleep is extremely important, but long story short, I woke up at 4 o'clock. I didn't feel tired, so it's time to get back to work. Look, the video that I'm gonna do right now is speaking about how carbohydrates slowed me down during my first year and a half of progress in the gym, okay? When I first started going to the gym properly, I was around about the age of 18, I believe. I've been going on and off from the age of 15 in secondary school, but when I started really going, maybe like 5-6 times a week, I was about 18, 19 years old, and I was in awful shape, even though I was going to the gym so consistently. Almost every day of the week I was going to the gym for 1 or 2 hours. I was in awful shape. There were 2 reasons for this. Reason number 1, I don't put it down to this as well. I really think you can still have a relatively good physique without this, but I did no cardio whatsoever. None of my workouts was focused on cardio. It was literally only ever weightlifting. And number 2, carbs. I was absolutely battering my body with carbohydrates 3 meals a day. I wasn't following any sort of structure with my meals. I was eating pasta, I was eating bread for breakfast, I was eating huge bowls of rice. Like, I was making myself these huge concoctions, and I was telling myself that they were helping me with my gains for the gym. They were helping me build muscles, when in reality, all they were doing was slowing down my mind, slowing down the digestion, and adding all of this unnecessary weight to my physique. So what I would like to speak to you about is why the carbohydrates might be the reason why they're destroying, like why you're not seeing the progress that you want to be seeing in the gym. First of all, I spoke about this yesterday, but it's the theory of intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is something that I recommend everyone. If you're struggling to see progress in the gym, and even if you are seeing good progress in the gym, but you just want to trim down that extra layer of fat and always keep a lean, strong physique whilst still building muscle, intermittent fasting is absolutely key. It's about putting your body into a fasted state, okay? So you tap into those deeper energy stores. And when you're tapping into these deeper energy stores, you're burning away that excess fat, especially if you're already a pretty big person. Intermittent fasting is absolutely key. And how you break this fast is even more important. So, as I spoke about in a video yesterday, you should be fasting for about 16 hours of the day and eating within an 8-hour window, whatever that looks like for you, okay? So for me, I'm now waking up at 9:30, and then I have a 4-hour period after that, so I won't be eating until 1:30, but I want to eat within an 8-hour period. So, and my food period is way less than that. So I'd start eating at 1:30. Let's say I have my first meal, I'll break my fast at 1:30. High protein, high fat, no carbs for this first meal, right? I actually don't really eat any carbs at all, apart from like a banana or 2 bananas in the afternoon, just an hour after I've had my lunch, okay? So break your fast, high fat, high protein, no carbs, and then eating within an 8-hour window. Now, this doesn't mean you have to chuck down 3 huge plates of food or 3 huge meals and loads of snacks in this time, no. But what it does mean is if you are eating a lot of food in this 8-hour period, then you're leaving 16 hours outside of this period for your body to digest, and you're also leaving 4 hours before you sleep and 4 hours after you wake up for your body to wake up fully, get rid of what you had yesterday before you're eating again. The issue that I was doing whilst I was in this early stage of exercise, and the reason why I put on so much fat, like, think about this, I was working 5-6 days a week, and I came out of that progress fatter than I was before I went in. And it wasn't like a bulk, nah, like I'm obnoxiously fat. And I think it's very easy for a lot of people to get trapped in that. I think it's very easy for people to think, yeah, I'm bulking, I'm eating all of this food. And I'd argue you don't need to do that. My advice to everyone would actually be, if you are going just for the physique, like we all start it that way, where we all start going to the gym for the physique and for the girls. Let's be honest, right? This is why we do it. If you're doing that, then you should go to the gym and slim down first of all. It's likely maybe you already have a bit of a belly, maybe you don't, but doing the exercises and slimming down to as low a body fat as you can get, and then if you want to go on a bulk for whatever reason, then go from there. But I honestly would say to you all, like, I am nowhere near like the biggest I've been muscle wise, but I feel great. I'm at a very low fat percentage, or the lowest fat percentage I've been, and I'm aiming to cut down even more, to be honest, and I feel incredible. When you're lean, it means that you're fueling your body with fats, you're fueling your body with protein, you're getting rid of this excess fat, you don't feel as sluggish, your brain is sharp. And I'd argue that this is actually the best way to be. If you're not looking to go and be a competitive bodybuilder, I'm gonna get hate for this, but I wouldn't advise that you go on a bulk. I wouldn't advise that you do that. Like, build a lean physique, maintain and grow that physique through strength training and plyometrics, calisthenics, cardio, implementing your purpose sport into the gym like I've spoke about, to make sure that you're maintaining a solid routine that you enjoy in the gym, that's getting you super fit, and yeah, really cutting down on your carbs. I really do believe, from my own experience, from my past behaviors, that carbs were my #1 enemy. Carbs and a complete lack of cardio. And I also know that there's a ton of people out there who are going to the gym but not doing any cardio. They're doing the weights, they're doing the push, pull, legs, and then completely skipping out cardio. And when you think about that, if you're doing the push, pull, legs and you're eating like a bodybuilder, the strain that's going to put on your heart, right? The visceral fat that you're going to build around the inside of your organs. You may not look like you're too fat, but you've got some big muscle, but really deep down on the inside, your body is storing that fat somewhere, right? Your body is storing that high carb diet somewhere, and you know, most of your fat, so you see a lot of fat outside. Do you know that means that the majority of the fat which you can't see, which it takes to build up to get to a point where it's outside of your body, is actually building up around your organs? Think about that. Think about that. Think about that when you're going on a bulk. If you're really not trying to do it for like a competitive build, or if you're not genuinely ridiculously skinny and you know you need to go on this bulk in order to put on size, just consider that for a while, on what harm that could be doing to your body. As I said, you don't have to take my word for it. Everyone has make their own decisions, but in my honest opinion, in my best opinion, and my best advice to you guys, just go for a lean physique. Go for a lean, eat well, strong, capable, athletic physique. I used to think that girls were hyper interested into this huge muscles, big bodybuilding physique, and to some extent they are. Girls like you to be strong. Girls like to know that you can handle them. Girls like to know that, you know, you've put in the hard work to build a strong muscular physique. But in all honesty, from the reactions that I've had, they way prefer the athletic physique, the one that shows that you eat well, you're eating clean, you're taking good care of yourself, you're capable in other areas of life, not just lifting weights. They like that. They like to see the trimmed down V-taper style physique that you can build. But look, it's 4 a.m. here, as I've said. I went on a bit of a rant and I feel like it's necessary. Carbs, they can be good. They can be a good sustainable source of energy, but I'd really eat them in moderation. Like, I've not eaten carbs properly. Like, as I said, I've had a banana, 1 banana, 2 bananas a day for like 2 weeks now, and I feel sharp as a tack. My body is slimming down, my fat is burning away. I'm eating a high fat, high protein diet, minimal carbs. If you are gonna eat carbs, 1 time per day, I'd honestly advise maybe 1 portion of rice, or same as I'm doing as a snack for an energy boost in the afternoon, a banana, 2 bananas alongside a coffee to help with the digestion, some water, and then leave it at that. Honestly, minimize your carbs, maximize your protein, maximize your fats, do your cardio, implement your purpose workouts, and watch your results quadruple, and watch your fat just be absolutely destroyed. Thank you, boys. Put in the fucking hard work, yeah?